Welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the stock market. These are the S&P 500 futures we're looking at. Today is, let's see, what does it say? I think it's August 1st, yes. August 1st, 2023. We're going to look at the weekly chart, the daily chart, and the trade of the day. So here on the weekly chart, you can see the last 2 weeks, almost the last 3 weeks, but definitely the last 2 weeks, bumping right up against this 46.31 resistance. So it hasn't gotten up into this area yet. It may not, but so far it's just hitting right up against it. And, you know, it's been a tough nut to crack. It's not getting through there. On the Stochastic Momentum Index, you can see you got this divergence still going on here. And the MACD is very elevated. I think yesterday I saw 143. Today is basically 143 again. And a little hint that this thing may level off, but nowhere near there yet. So this is extremely elevated on the weekly chart. Like I've been saying, the only other time we've seen numbers this high in the MACD in the weekly chart has been the year 2021. No other time in history in the S&P 500 has it been this high except for the year 2021. So this is very telling, right? So it really, I think the market's extremely vulnerable up here in this area. Doesn't mean it still can't go higher. It just means on the weekly chart, the longer time frame, this is very, very vulnerable. Okay, let's move on to the daily. Okay, so here on the daily, today is August 1st. We got this red candlestick going on right there. The range was pretty small. Again, 31 maybe. Yesterday, I think was like 24 or 25 or some crazy little short little range day. Yeah, 24. So, you know, we just been having these really small range days for that one and that one and that one and this one and this one. They're all just small. This one, this one, this one. You know, if let's say 1, 2, 3, let's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6. So about 9 out of the last 15 days, trading days, have been just small little range days. So this is very common when you begin to see the markets moving up, right? It's moving up, and all of a sudden the range, the ranges on the day start getting smaller and smaller. Yeah, it's also a sign that the market's kind of stagnating and stalling, and it could still creep higher a little at a time, but the days are just really small range days, right? That's usually very telling that the market's getting exhausted. So the SMI is still pointing down. Price is still just tracking sideways here. Really, since like right over here, just still just tracking sideways. Like I said yesterday, nothing, as far as I'm concerned, has really changed in this bigger picture here. And that is, as we get closer to this cycle low here, August 31st, you know, that low right in there. So approximately the third week of August, I expect there to be some type of cycle low somewhere around there. There is a possibility, as I said yesterday, and I'm going to keep on saying it until the market says otherwise. There's 1 or 2 scenarios I think are going to happen. As we, maybe like the second week of August, we could see the price spike up above this 4631 and then drop down. Or the market just starts getting exhausted, you know, as we continue moving on through this consolidated phase, and it just it never goes above this resistance up here and just starts fading down, and, you know, eventually goes down to whatever level it's going to go down to. Okay. At the moment, at least for right now, I don't think we're going to hit all-time highs. You know, I don't think I have it on here, but I think it's 48.08. So that would be, you know, I don't have it on the daily chart, but that'd be up in here. Okay. Like I said on the weekly chart, if we get something over the next, well, it's going to be like the next 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks are it. Within the next 2 trading weeks, that would be the time you would see a spike. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it like in the next 2 weeks, which, you know, what happened on the far right-hand side of this cycle, you see this big cycle here, this yellow one? That's when you would get it. You'd get it like way over here on the right, somewhere in this area. Like, you know, second week of August. You'd get a spike up into here, and then it would drop off like suddenly. And if it does that, I don't think the drop will be that big. See how this little tiny drop going on here? So, but the weekly chart looks like I said, looks very exhausted. Looks like it's run out of gas. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here as we get into the, into like the middle in the late part of August. We're going to see what this does. I haven't looked at the monthly chart in a while, but the monthly chart's still kind of in the rising phase. That goes out for a long, long time, for like a few years. Now, on a really big, huge picture, there would be an energy flow peak around 2025, 2026. That would be the peak of just general energy flow worldwide. Okay, I'm not going to get too specific, but I'm not just talking markets now, I'm just talking everything. The entire world, the whole earth, will have like a peak energy flow 2025, 2026. Very energetic between now and then. And then as we get past 2026, things maybe start kind of fading a little bit. So that does play into the market as well, since we're, obviously this video is about the marketplace and trading and all that. But to just be aware, really super big picture, right? Globally speaking, the market usually is going to flow with the energy flow that the earth is experiencing. So right now they've been flowing in what's called unidirection. They're flowing together. The market is strong. It's flowing. The energy flow regarding the earth as a whole is very strong, and that'll continue through about 2025, 2026. Okay. There can be inversion in there. In other words, the market can invert and go in the exact opposite direction of energy flow. But so far we haven't seen that, but I expect that to happen here. I don't know when. We'll keep an eye on it. Knowing when that kind of flips is not always easy to identify. But that's kind of a little bit, kind of a strange topic for most people to hear. But that's one of the things I track. So we'll keep an eye on all that as well. That's a really huge picture. It's kind of, I don't really mention that very often. I'm just kind of throwing it in here. All right, let's look at the trade of the day. All right, here we are on the 5-minute chart. I actually had this is one of the streaming charts that the members see, 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour. They get the streaming charts and they get the Get This Plus alert on the streaming chart. So one of my members said today, I think they traded this, I think they either traded this alert or this, one of these two. I don't remember which one. But they made some nice bank. I think it was either the pullback right here. It could have been the run up. It's either one of these three. It's either this pullback, this run up, or this pullback. They made some nice little bank today. They were trading I think the E micros, and they're pretty consistent about their goals, and they're realistic about their goals. I won't mention any names because I don't want to member data is private data. I don't talk about it publicly, but one of my members consistently just every day has a goal, and there's other members too that do that as well. But just it's really nice to see that members are being disciplined. That's how it works. I always say this. Trading is not gambling. We don't gamble. Okay, we're not all in. Screw it. No stop losses. Bad timing. Throw caution to win. No, man. This is a business. When you're trading, it's a business. Treat it like a business. Okay. So the Get Us Plus indicator helps the members, and some make good use of it every day, to place trades for them to make some bank. Okay, and I'm just mentioning a member that chatted up in the Discord server today. They made some decent bank, I think, trading the micro futures. Okay, and they're doing that consistently, probably several times a week, if not every day. Not everybody's going to have a perfect day every day, but they're consistent, and that's what counts. I've talked about this many times before. If you're making $100 a day, okay, 5 days a week, you do the math. $500 a week, right? And then there's approximately 50 trading weeks out of the year. $25,000. That's what it is per year. 25K. All right. Sloppy 25, but there you go. 25K. All right. If you're doing $200 a day trading, pretty simple to do. We don't have to do all the math, right? We know it's going to be twice as much. It's going to be 50K a year, right? Just think about that. Got members out there that are just trying to make $100 a day, $200 a day. Some are doing $50 a day. If you're doing just $50 a day, guess what you're bringing home in a year? 12,000. I'll put 12.5. $12,500 a year. I guarantee there's members right now that would shake their head yes, they'd take the $12,500 a year because they're probably running at a loss right now. Some of the members are just not, applying themselves properly. And I guarantee there's plenty of people watching this video right now. They're in the negative for the year for 2023. They're running a negative, net negative. But I have members that just, they're very disciplined. That's how I am. They go out, they get their $100 or $200 a day. They trade according to their account size. They have realistic goals. If the trader goes out and makes $200 a day, okay, and makes anywhere from 30 to 50K a year, because they might have some bad days mixed in there, guess what's going to happen next year? Now their goal can be $300 a day or $350, because their account's bigger and they can take on bigger position. Okay, and if they keep doing that 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, they can have an account that's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay, that's what discipline does. I see so many traders do all-in trades, bad timing. They just they're constantly they make one good trade out of 3, and then their account plummets. They have to take a few weeks or a few months to make money back from whatever they're doing, and then they try again. They get a couple good trades, and then bam, it falls again. Because they're not being disciplined, they're not consistently applying themselves, right? They don't have a consistent manner in which they go about trading. The market's going to change a lot. There is no system that you're going to trade, right? Trade a system. The system works a year or 2 years, or the system only works during bear markets but not bull markets, or it only works sideways markets but not any other markets. You know, those are systems. They're bound to fail. Okay, I don't run a system. The Get Us Plus indicator is not a system. Okay, I'm looking at divergence. This is consistent across decades. Get Us Plus indicator works across decades, not just once in a while. Okay, it's always working. Anyway, that's the trade of the day right there. Was really this one right here. You know, these two candlesticks right here were really good trades of the day. I mean, there was the one I would have traded is about 6 a.m. in the morning right over here. This one was actually golden. If you're up early, that's the one to nail. Look at that trade. I talk about this all the time. You know, if you're going to be a trader, you got to get up early sometimes. This is pre-market, right? Like 2 or 3 hours before the market opens up. Take advantage of it. This is the streaming charts. This 5-minute chart's one of the streaming charts. Okay, if you're up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, guess what? You would have caught this trade. That's all the trading you got to do for the whole day. That's it. From about 46.06 all the way down to about 45, maybe 95. Okay, that's it. That's all the trading you got to do for the whole day. And this wasn't even a very big range day. It's a small range day. That's all the money you could have made right there. You're done by 8 o'clock in the morning, between 6 and 8. You don't have to trade for the rest of the day. Now, you know, I noticed, at least lately, the last few weeks or the last couple months, there's a lot of opportunity from like 5 or 6 in the morning up to about 9 or 10 a.m. Right? That 4 or 5 hour period. A lot of opportunities show up there. All right? So take advantage of it. If you want to become a member, I'm not going to go through the whole membership thing because, you know, whatever, people can decide what they want to do. You want to join as a member, you get the streaming charts, you get a nightly email. There's a lot of other things that are going to happen. The link is in the description right below this video. It's also the first comment in this video will be pinned at the top. Just make sure you read that comment fully if you want to become a member. All right. And when you join this Discord server, that's where all the membership services take place. Make sure you read the rules. Okay, there's the refund rules are in there. The be nice to everybody else rules are in there. And there's a disclaimer saying, hey, I'm not a broker. I don't give financial advice. I'm just some putz on YouTube telling you my opinion. All right. Hope everybody had a great trading day. Talk to you all real soon again next time.